Good day, gamers. Today, we're going to go ahead and create some UI for the dialogue. Just a note, we have some scripts we're going to be referencing in Schoology. So make sure that we've got here, I've got something in the place where you found the video, this video, as well as a UI handler and NBC Bro. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Let's get started. We need something to come up when we talk to Jambi, my arch nemesis. We're going to go ahead and do a right click. I have it. This is going to be my assets folder where I have the other UI document. So we go here to create. We go here to UI toolkit. We go ahead to UI document, and we're going to say NPC, all caps, dialogue. The D in dialogue is capitalized. So dialogue is spelled Dialogue. Okay, cool. Let's go into this. We're going to go here and we're going to add a visual element. First of all, let's set that size to, let's go here to size. We're going to set that size to 100%. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and create a label. So we're going to go ahead to where it says controls here. We're going to bring that, make sure that is set up as a child object, a visual of that. Let's also, before we go too far, let's set visual element. Let's just call this background. Okay. And that's what we want to call it. And then let's go ahead here to our label, and then let's go ahead and set that up. So same thing, we want to set our size to be 100%. Okay. And then what we'll do is we want to go ahead and set our margin and padding to certain values. Okay, so in this case here, margin and padding are going to be in the, where it says here spacing. Okay, so if you don't see this, make sure inline styles is open. We're going to go here to spacing, and then we're going to go to our margins. We're going to set that to zeros. And then for our padding, we're going to set this to be 25 pixels all around. Cool. Nice. One thing before I get too far, we're going to go here to click on background. And then we're going to go ahead to where it says background. We're going to select where it says texture. We're going to select sprite. And then we're going to go ahead and just type in, what is the name of this file? It's a dialog box. So we can just type in box. I'm going to go with this one here. Cool. Let's go back to label now. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and make some adjustments to the size and font and color of this text. So if we scroll all the way up, we're going to see some stuff related to the text. Right here, it just says label. So of course, I'm going to have, this is Jambi, so I'm going to say here, hey fella, we got to go get those dang old robots. Okay. So Jambi to me is an evil Southern gentleman. That's just my sort of like headcanon. So we've got that text there set up. We're going to go ahead to where it says, let me just sort of like, there we go. And then we're going to scroll down to where it says text. I'm going to change the size a little bit. Now, notice how it is kind of like going off the screen. That is okay. Where it says wrap, I'm going to select normal. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just change that color to like red, something like that. Cool. And that is sort of like, okay. So what we'll do then is we're going to now go ahead and let's save this. So we got here file, save, and we're going to come back and we're going to go to the game UI. Okay. We're going to select where it says project, and we're going to see that NPC dialog. We're going to go ahead, make sure we're going to click and drag it. and we're going to make sure that we can put it under the game UI.umxl. I've encountered some issues before where I couldn't drag this and like put that onto the game UXL. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here and restart Unity. If you have a situation where you cannot drag and drop this, I found that like restarting Unity is the best thing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and come back. Okay, and we're back. So, as before, as I had said, like this did work. So when I closed Unity and reopened it, I was able to bring this. We want to grab our NPC dialog, okay, and then we want to make it a child object of game UI UXML, okay. So we want to make sure that we dragged it and dropped it on game UI .uxml. We don't want to make it a child object of our health bar background. So now we're going to style this thing. Okay, so we're going to set our position as absolute, and then we're going to set these as percentages. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set it so that our, let's go here, percent, 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 percent. Now, obviously, we're not going to have it cover the entire screen. Let's go here where it says top. We're going to set this to 10%. Left, we're going to set to, no, top is 70. Whoops. Top is 70. Left is 10. Right is 10. And then bottom, we're going to keep as 0. So now what this is going to do is if we go ahead here and let's save this. Okay. Oh, we want to call this, as far as the name of it, we want to call this NPC dialog. Let's make sure that it's called NPC dialog. NPC, capital D, IALOGUEE. LOGUE. There you go. NPC dialog. Okay, so we want to make sure that that is called that. Okay, so now we can save this. Okay, and we look here and we can change, like this is like one of those things now that you see on the screen. This might be a situation where we want to change the size of this, but I mean, it's fine for now. So now we're ready to upgrade a lot of our scripts. Let's do the easiest one first. So let's go ahead to our scripts folder. Let's go ahead and we're going to create a script in this folder here. Right click, create, and then we're going to say mono behavior script. And then we're just going to call this NPC. Which one is it? Non-player character. We're going to just call this capital N, non, capital P, player, character. Okay. And we're going to open this up. And this one's super easy. It's literally just going to be the declaration, and that's it. So we're going to go ahead here. And this is just from Schoology. This is just blank. This will come into play later. Okay. So now let's go ahead back to Unity, and we are going to attach that script to our NPC. In this case here, it's not a insult, it's just a script. So this is an NPC, and he's proud of it. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and update our player character and our UI handler. So let's go here to player character. Let's go to UI handler. And now let's go ahead. Let's do the easy one first. Let's go to the folder here. And where is it? Here it is. So we want to upgrade our find friend. So let's grab this code. Let's go ahead to our player controller. And then we're going to go to find friend, and we're going to paste this over it. Okay, I'm going to clean up this code. So it just introduces some white space. And then what this is going to do is this is going to be the code that is going to be very similar to what we saw when it came to our health collectible. We are basically going to take our raycast. We're going to hit something on the NPC mask. This is code we've already gone before. And we're going to detect, hey, is the thing that I connected with, does that have a component called non-player character? Remember that script we just wrote? So it's going to check, is the thing I collided with a non-player character with a non-player character script on it? If so, UI handler display dialog. So now let's go ahead and write this. We're going to go ahead and write the function called display dialog, because the game right now is constantly, it just has that dialog up the entire time. That's not something we want. So let's go ahead to UI handler. And then let's go ahead and just grab the code here. And after you paste it and save it, it should just work. If that's the case though, if that's not, let's go over it so you can get an explanation. But that's all you should do. So if you are good to go with that, so I mean, that's all you have to do. If you save it, that should just work. So this is now like the remainder of the video is just explanation. Okay, so we have here, we're bringing in two new variables, one called timer, and the timer display, and the other one is going to be a reference to our non-player dialog. We're going to start off, this is basically setting the timer to -0. It's also, if you look here, display style dot none, this is queuing into that NPC dialog, that element that we just created. For me, it's the thing that just says, hey, we got to kill these dang old robots. Okay. So what this is doing is it's basically saying turn it off, like don't display it. Then what we have here in update, this should be familiar to the stuff related to invulnerability. This is just a timer that's going to go for a certain amount of time. When the timer ends, if it's less than 0, make sure that dialog box goes away. Then, now this is the important part here. Essentially, if the display dialog function is called, and we called it here in our player controller, if that function is called, bring this up. And then go ahead and set the value of our display to the variable display time, which is somewhere up here, which is going to be about 4 seconds. So let's save this and then give it a whack. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, that's just our usual one. One thing I have found that if we have a situation where, and there we go, so it's working. I have found that sometimes I have to go a little bit up to talk to my guy, and there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, folks. I wish you the best of luck. Great stuff.